Mm. So, and Mala, I'll now give the floor to Mala to introduce herself, and then we'll start the session formally. Yeah, Mala, please.
Hi all, good evening to one and all. Thank you, Sudha ma'am. You have indeed presented the much better way that I could even do. So my native place is Chennai, and I have been in Delhi for the past 21 years, and till not 21 years, 26 years, I believe. I'm here in Delhi. I work in an institution, Guru Harkishan Public School, Hemkund Colony. I'm the senior teacher over there, and I'm HOD of computer science. So I take the privilege, like I'm overwhelmed of teaching some of the tools to you people as language proficiency. It gets developed. You people are equipped with the students in whichever way you teach. You get lots of tools, out of which I chose 2 tools today for this listening and speaking skills. And it's mere, I should say, Sudha ma'am, being a ELT in English, she was, her experience speaks everything. I need not mention all these things to you. And it's sheer collaboration that we both had met. And we are collaborating with the English language along with the computer science background, or the digital tools, you could say. And we both have used literally the critical thinking. We have taken all the C's of NEP, national education policy, also into it, how you people are going to inculcate these tools in your methods of teaching. Thank you so much, ma'am. You may continue, ma'am.
Yeah. So with that, I straight away, I'm going to share my screen. Okay. And you will see the presentation. I request you all to, yeah, most of you have muted yourself. I request all of you to mute yourself so that the background noises are reduced and to the minimal. Thank you so much. Still somebody is, I don't know, everybody is muted. Okay, fine. So, as I said, we are talking of developing the listening and speaking skills among young learners. And as language teachers, at least we all know the need. Now, the whole, I think there is a switch. There is a whole, if I may use the word, there is a 360-degree switch in the way we as teachers need to transact language in our classrooms. Earlier, it was all very content-based teaching, right? We were using the books and we were teaching the lessons. The whole focus was on getting the students to write answers to those questions and, maybe even speak in the class, read the answers. Then came your interactive syllabus of the CBSE, where you used to have the MCB, the main course book, which had these skills incorporated in the main course book, and teachers were expected to do some of these activities. Many of them did, many of them, due to paucity of time, etc., could not do these sessions, justice to that kind of material. But then came the ASL, right? You all know, about almost 6-7 years ago, the assessment of speaking and listening. And why did this need arise? So, I was part of the team which worked on the ASL band descriptors. I am a master trainer for ASL as well. So why did this need come? Why did the CBSE, being a very progressive thinking board, why do you think they felt this need? The need was that children were studying in English medium schools, so-called English medium schools. All the subjects were being transacted in the language English. But when these girls and boys came out, to communicate in the language was kind of not seen at all. Okay, they were speaking, but they were speaking in short sentences. They were, not confident. They didn't have the body language. The speech did not have the right intonation. So they did not know. They did not have the content at their disposal to carry on the speech at a rate where there is no break in the speech that you are, because they were not listening. They were not listening to the right language. They were not being exposed to focused listening. So these were the reasons for which the ASL came into existence. Now then came the CC, the ASL, and now we have the latest NE. So we also have the assessment of speaking and listening. Sorry for this. There is this something going on the street. It will just pass. So what is the objective of the webinar? The webinar is to understand the need to expose students to focused listening and speaking activities in the classroom. And here where I will do a couple of activities, I'll show you. But then here where Mala will also later, once I finish, she will bring in the tools for both listening and speaking. So what are the types of texts for listening? I will very briefly touch upon that. And how to create age-appropriate tasks, approaches to listening, and listening leading to speaking. So it's all known, right? Only when you listen. How does a child basically speak? How does the child who is born within a year start speaking the language? So I have a question for you here. Please start typing in the chat box. What do you understand by listening? Can you all quickly, participants, please type? Can you all type? Can you listen to me, teachers?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then can you please type? What do you understand by listening? Okay. Understanding and comprehending after hearing. All right. Try to understand by their mind. Child listen and able to speak. Manjula, I would like to ask you, what do you mean by understand by their mind? Can you unmute and talk?
Actually, the word by came by mistake. Actually, I think your question was about the child.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Yeah.
Just no. I mean, whether it is a child or anybody, when we use the word
anybody.
listening,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I thought it was about a child. Okay, okay. We are trying to understand what they are, what is there in their mind and what they wanted to speak to us. Right.
Okay. No. What do you understand by listening is the question. What is listening? What happens when we say, are you listening? You know, this is the question all of us ask.
Yes, I'm trying to listen what you're trying to,
exactly.
what's your portion? Yes.
Yeah, so what is happening when we listen? What is the difference? Okay, let me rephrase the question. What is the difference between hearing and listening?
By hearing, we are just hearing, because whatever is going on, we are just hearing. But when we listen, we will understand what's going on. We will get a clear idea. We'll get a clear picture what's going on there. That's, I think that's a difference.
Okay, so listening is more of a, it could happen even, for example, you're sitting in your house and you can listen to, you can hear to some music playing in the next street, okay? Or 2 streets away in a wedding. So that is hearing, right? Or when
yes, of course. Yes.
But listening is with understanding. Listening is a comprehension skill. Like I think Mala has put in the chat. It's a critical function. I mean, if you don't listen, that's what happens. Don't we tell our children, if you don't listen to what I'm saying, then you will not understand. And this is one statement which teachers keep making in the classroom. So listening is, the ear is the organ which helps us grab the sound, and that sound goes to our brain where the entire understanding of what is said happens. So that is why you are also using the word listening means understanding. Unless and until we understand what we hear, then it's not listening. Okay. So recently CBSE has introduced, storytelling also as a pedagogy. Why do you think why do you think CBSE has introduced this? What happens during a storytelling session in the classroom? When you as a teacher, I have a couple of teachers who are from kindergarten. I think you should be seeing, listening, and acting. What happens when children listen, when you tell them stories, especially in kindergarten and primary? No, sorry. Yeah, what happens when you are telling a story in the classroom, teachers? Hmm? What happens?
They learn good morals from the story, ma'am.
Okay.
And they learn new vocabulary from the story, and then they'll learn how to make a sentence in kindergarten classes. They will learn to make a sentence from the stories, and they themselves start creating stories. By hearing more stories, they themselves start creating their own stories. And the important thing is they learn good morals from the story. For
Okay.
teaching morals is the story is a very good method. Thank you.
Okay. So thank you for your inputs. We also use stories because they develop the listening skill. Listening, because when you're telling a story, the children are listening with lot of attention. They are paying lot of attention, and in a very focused manner. You will see they just sit like that, and they are listening so attentively to what you are saying. So storytelling is a very, very good, for example, a very good warm-up activity as a starter, or towards the end, or use a story to, as you said, teach some morals. So the essential skill that we are targeting here, the language skill, is listening. We want to use storytelling to develop their listening skill. When you read a book, when you read a lesson, or you read a poem, they may not show that much interest. But when you start the class by telling them a story, then you will find that they pay a lot of attention. So that is why CBSE has introduced this. And listening is the most important skill. And then other things, like you said, they start thinking, it develops their critical thinking skills. They start analyzing the characters in the story, etc. Okay, then. There are 20 tables and I sit first row.
Ma'am, the sound is very low, I believe.
Okay. Let me see. Should I increase the output volume? Go to the setting and do something like that? Mala?
Yes, ma'am.
Huh?
Yes,
Do you
ma'am.
think that will help?
Yes, ma'am.
Anyway, as I'm doing that, let me tell you, these kind of listening activities are called as the output volume actually is full.
All right.
Is it better now when I speak?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, now it's audible.
Oh, okay. All right, maybe this time. So before I start sharing the screen, the idea of introducing, this is just an example. Okay, I have done the recording and I have embedded that recording in the presentation. So you might say that, ma'am, we anyway do lessons. There also they are listening. Yes, they are. But this is called focused listening. When you take out 10 minutes right in the beginning or towards the end, or you want to take it as a break, you say that I'm going to play something which is obviously you are not reading, so a different voice, maybe your own recorded voice. But then what are the advantages? There is a digital element that you bring. B, you get 5 or 10 minutes of break, you don't have to shout. Okay. C, they think they are listening to something different, and they also get motivated when there is a digital voice that is played. And once you play this, you can have a little activity around it. So this is how higher, you can keep taking it as the children move to higher classes. Technically, there is enough research to show that children who are exposed to focused listening for 10 to 15 minutes from age 3 to 4 to about 15, which means our class 10. So, which means from pre-primary to class 10, focused listening. Okay, I'm not talking of listening what you do in the classroom. I'm talking of focused listening. So when you do that in the classroom, at least 4 times a week, as language teachers, the responsibility lies with us. Okay, you can do it as a warm-up activity, you can do it as a closing activity, you can play a story, you can play these kind of things, you can take a clip from sports and record it. It can be a variety of genre. Okay, you're developing their vocabulary. You are also, when they listen to the right way to pronounce words. They learn intonation, they learn stress, they learn how to break, where should they take a pause. So when you keep doing this every day, 3 to 4 times in a week, you will find that your children become excellent listeners. When they become good listeners, automatically they start speaking. And you don't have to do it very regularly. You don't have to do it 6 days a week. Even if you do it for 4 days in a week, to begin with, it is good. What happens in our schools is we do it in kindergarten because we play music for them, we play nursery rhymes for them, we do all that. But the moment children come to class 1, 2, the pressure of using the book and teaching takes precedence over all this. And as a result, this takes a backseat. But we keep saying, listen, think about doing this as a warm-up activity. And you have no clue. I have taught for 25 years, okay? And I'm not talking just like that. I'm not talking through my hat. I have done all this much before all this became part of CBSE. Because I come from EFLU, English and Foreign Language University. So the skill-based training is very, very important in language. It is not content that has to be transacted. Once they listen, once they speak, they will start reading and they will have their vocabulary bank and they will do very well in the language. Okay, so I go back to the, where is my presentation? So, then you can have a very focused activity like this. Just one word should be missing, okay? And you're looking for that word in the for them to understand. So you have to be very clear in your instruction. Fill in one word only, okay? Say whether the statement is true or false. You should not give a long answer to be fitted in a listening text, in a listening exercise. It has to be true, false. It has to be gap filling with one word. Such are the exercises. Even at the highest level, when you take an exam like the IELTS, and you take SAT, and you take GRE, GMAT, it's multiple choice, it is gap filling, it is true or false. So as teachers, we also need to know how to construct these exercises. Okay, I will be telling everything simultaneously, because so you have to make a note of it. You have to listen. Right? So this is based on that little recording that I played. Okay. This is another recording. Listen to the instructions and complete the given task. How to draw a square. Take a blank paper, use a ruler, and let us say you measure 5 inches. Mark both the ends with a dot. Draw a line connecting both the dots. Now, from one end of the line, measure 5 inches again with a dot. Connect this end of the line with the dot on the other side. Repeat the process with the leftover 2 ends, and you will have a square that measures 5 inches on all sides. You can draw a square for 5, 8, 10, as much as you require, using the same method. Listen again. How to draw a square. Take a blank paper. Use a ruler and measure 5 inches. Mark both ends with a dot. Draw a line connecting both the dots. From one end of the line, measure 5 inches and mark with a dot again. Connect end of the line with this dot. Repeat the process with the leftover 2 ends, and you will have a square that measures 5 inches on all sides. So, how clear was it? Yeah. Yes, Mala. So, how clear was it, Mala? You are muted.
It was very well said. Like, even if a small child is being told, when a child listens to this particular activity, they will end up doing this particular activity with drawing a square within a minute.
Yeah. So now this is how you give instructions. So giving instructions is a very, very important task for teachers. You should know how to give instructions in the classroom. So, there is a author for primary books, very, very famous author, an English author by the name Mary Slater. And in her book, she talks about how to give instructions to students. Her name is Mary Slater. She's an Oxford University Press author. Her book is for primary English teachers. This is a book that every school library should have. I, of course, have a personal copy itself with me, but it's a very good book. She talks about how to give instructions. How can children, develop this habit? Because when they grow, what happens in a computer class? A computer class is driven by instructions. Mala will agree with me. They have to follow step-by-step process. If they miss one step in the, when they are doing a C++ or one of these programs, which class students take in class 11 and 12 when they take computer science, whether they are doing a software work, anything, it's even if you miss one step, what you ultimately want to achieve, you will not get that result.
They will land up in errors.
Yeah, same thing happens in mathematics too. So it is important that you follow instructions very, very carefully. So how do we train children? We have to do this right from pre-primary classes. Help students listen to us, then do a little activity. Based on that, you can have a worksheet and then they can do the exercise. So this was another exercise which can be taken up for classes 2 and 3. So, so what was the whole, premise behind doing this activity? What is the learning outcome that one was desiring? So what do you think is the purpose of doing this listening activity in the class? What do you think can happen? What can students learn from such exercises? How often? So I have put 3 questions there. Please read the questions and start doing while learning, okay? English teachers, are you convinced that these kind of activities should be done, first of all? Yes? Yes? Arvinder, now you are able to listen? She has typed, huh?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's clear now.
Okay. So what is the purpose of doing, what is the learning outcome of doing these kind of activities in the class? I want you English teachers to respond to my questions, please. Okay, you can type as you can, if you can think of some answers. Now, why listening is important, even in the language, what do we say? LSRW. Listening comes first. When children come to the school at age 3, 4, 3.5, when they come and join the kindergarten classes, they come with only one thing, right? They come with only one thing, and that is listening. They have been listening to a lot of language at home. It could be Hindi, it could be English, Tamil, Punjabi, Marathi, whatever. But in India, they have been listening. Mothers have been talking, fathers have been talking. So the only skill that they are empowered with is listening. Okay. And then what happens in the school? Almost all of us were born doing it, right? Indeed, for the first few years of formal education, listening is an integral part. So a good pre-primary and class 1 lesson plan, okay, should have at least 50% listening, 30% speaking, and only 20% reading and writing. Whereas it is the reverse. Listening is only when the teacher gives instructions or asks them to do a task. The moment I say listening, I'm repeating, I'm talking of focused listening, right? So what happens, I have said that, but something happens around 1st and 2nd grade when students move on to reading and writing. And we expect them, we say, why does this child not read? Why don't you read? Where will they read? How will they read? They are not able to relate to the words, to the language, to the intonation. We as teachers need to first develop our own skill of, speaking something in the right, with the right pronunciation, tone, intonation. See, for every subject teacher, if you are a mathematics teacher, you need to be a very skilled mathematics teacher, so that your students, whatever kind of questions they ask you, you should be able to answer, or go back, get the answer, and come to the school next day and share with them. In our subjects, we have to know, okay? So then what is expected of an English teacher? It is not just speaking a few sentences. It is not just, going through the lessons, having answers to those questions at the back of the book. No, an English teacher needs to have all these 4 skills in good measure, And that is when you will be able to satisfy the students in the classroom. So we have to be very careful. It's okay if we don't know the pronunciation. All of us were not born knowing pronunciation of all the words. It's fine. But it is good if we do not know to check with a dictionary, even an electronic dictionary, listen to that. And when we go to the class, pronounce the word correctly. The patterns, what we do in the classroom has to be, as far as possible, close to being correct. We should know, because children copy children copy our pronunciation. Okay, so that is important. So what do you think of the experience that you had? You had this experience. I made you listen to a little snippets. Was it difficult to listen and mark? These are the questions you have to constantly ask yourself. And this is genuinely the difficulty that children face. So if they have to be good, you have to expose them continuously. Okay. Then you can moderate your speed. Then you can ask the children, was I too fast? Was I slow? Is it okay? You know, that is when we kind of become better and better. Okay. You would have realized that listening requires concentration. If you lose focus, and for a few seconds, you will miss something. Okay. So I'm skipping this. It's okay. So the idea is that you keep doing such exercises in the class and sharpen their listening. You need to help them focus, and you need to understand. They need to understand. You need to understand and process it. And for task completion, they must internalize the information. That is important. Internalizing the information. Only then, like Mala said, critical thinking, analytical thinking, and those things are possible. Only when you listen, no, oh, was it right? You know, could it have been done better? Or is there any other way to do it? Right? Those kind of things happen only when we listen. Children who ask questions in the class are the ones who actually listen to you. Okay. So what are the ways to listen? Okay, briefly, I have just these three things. We sometimes listen to each word that is spoken, or sometimes we listen to the entire message. So when in a webinar, what are you doing? You're not listening to every word, isn't it? You're listening to the overall message. But when you're doing focused listening, when you're giving dictation in the classroom, for example, dictation those days was a very, very good practice. Suddenly it disappeared. We all have grown up doing dictations, isn't it? English teachers. So every teacher can do dictation, whether you are a computer teacher, social science teacher, you can do a quick dictation exercise. I'm going to read out the words. I'm going to pronounce them correctly. I'm going to say it aloud twice. Please write it down. So when they listen to the word, they listen to its pronunciation, and then they write it. So whether they are making spelling errors, so that their ears get tuned to those words, then you are doing a big service actually to your student community. So there is a methodology. Everything, there is a method. Nothing happens just like that randomly. Okay, I'll do this. No, we have to have focused listening. Okay, now coming to speaking, I'm devoting very less time because listening automatically leads to speaking. That is why it is sad but true that people who are deaf become dumb. They are not dumb because they are not listened. If they are born deaf, because no sound has ever penetrated. Helen Keller, of course, she was blind, and she was deaf and dumb too, right? So when you cannot listen, you cannot produce the language. So speaking emerges from listening. A child who keeps listening for 8 or 10 months, suddenly one day says, ma, 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 ma. And you say, oh, he's saying mama. Okay. And says, ta, 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 ta. In Tamil Nadu, everybody will say, oh, he's saying, calling out his grandfather. If the bua is around, attai means bua. So the bua will be very happy. Oh, he's saying attai, attai, attai. So everybody tries to put in their bit, but the child basically has been listening. So, These are the very simple things. What is your name? You know, it's very sad when I sit for interviews, when I do interviews for some international, I'm on the panel of a couple of these things. So when we work, you know, what is your name is fine. There are many people who say myself, Sudha Ravi. It's a very incorrect way of answering that question. Formal way of answering the question is, my name is Sudha Ravi. I am Sudha Ravi. Okay. But myself, or just saying Sudha, or just saying Sudha Ravi. So it is important that we as language teachers do these little exercises in our classes and teach our children the right way. Okay, which class are you studying in? Describe yourself. This is such a challenge for people to talk about themselves. I am a student of class 9. I've done this exercise. I have done it with students of some schools online. And it was so difficult for those kids to describe themselves. Because as a skill, we do not teach these things. So simple things, if they are taught, okay. So when do we need to speak? Think of situations on a day-to-day basis. What do we need to be good at speaking? So we need to be good. We can't say, you know, this is the webinar. No, that doesn't work. This is, that doesn't work. Okay. So what should be the correct speed, the intonation pattern, the chunking, where do you need to pause? So how do you get all that? You get all that when you expose yourself as a teacher. You listen to good speakers, ask children to listen to news readers, good ones, so that, you know, I did this as a part of my research project with students of class 9. And I told them this was a 3-month project where they had to listen and how it had impacted. And it showed excellent results. I did it in Delhi only, in the school where I was teaching. Are listening and speaking connected? Yes, there is no doubt about it. We speak so as language teachers, if we make pronunciation errors, if we keep, you know, breaking in between, then how can we expect our students to develop good language? So we have to be fluent speakers of the language. That is important. So with that, here we have to kind of, you know, I will have to stop because Mala will come in and she will take part, you know, take us through the digital part. I'm going to stop sharing the screen now. And Mala, I think I should give you the host.
Share screen option.
Yeah. No, I can make you the host.
Co-host.
Yeah, I have done that. No, you are the host now. I don't know how to do that co-host thing.
Yeah, finished.
But,
done.
As long as you are able to screen share, it's fine. Yeah.
So hope I'm able to share my screen.
Yeah. See, now the difference. I'm a language teacher. She's a computer teacher. See how cute her screen looks.
Thank you so much, ma'am. There were many takeaways from your session. It was nice to learn many things from your experiences. It really mattered a lot for me because my close to heart subject is English. Though I am a computer professional, English is my, I should say, all the fairies who had taught me English, I just remember them. And Mary Slater, I believe, the book that you had told, Oxford University, is a getaway book for me also. I should purchase that book. That has also gone into my mind. And the things that you had told about the listening, speaking, reading and writing skills, which in short is called as a LSRW, being an English trainer and an English professional in an international speaker like you, all these skills were rightly said, and where to pause and how to describe yourself and what are the ways of communicating yourself and how to develop the communicative skills. were all touched by you. And I feel proud that I'm here in this webinar along with you. It really, it was mind-blowing session by you. And now let me take you people for how these things are used in a online based teaching a particular language. See, I'm a musical chair. You know, my chair is standard. I can always relate myself with English. I can go for science. I can go for social science. I can go for maths. I can, as well as I can go for computer science. But how these digital tools are going to help you people as English speakers and English learners for your children. So to my PPT, okay. We all believe that learning is fun, right? So there were 2-3 pictures that I had to take. So these kids, the smiling faces of these kids for the reading skills, speaking and listening, and the listening skills, I just took some photographs or some images for them. So you can also, when you are teaching, please show your students certain colorful things like these so that they, it's colorful and they relate, and we relate whatever we have to teach to them, it easily goes into their mind. Now, wherever I have written a dash, I'm not telling the tool that I'm going to use right now because I need a curiosity from your side, like which tool I'm going to use. So where all I had the tool written, as ma'am was speaking, I had to remove that and I was putting a dash. So dash is loaded with content. So this particular tool is a boon for the teachers. This particular tool is loaded with content, which can be used anytime by the teacher for the students, and the students also in turn can use this particular tool. It's a it's a bi-directional, you could say, the teacher to student as well as the student to the teacher. And the main use of this particular tool is it is used as a reinforcement activities of a homework. And mostly who uses these particular tools are the ELLs, that is English language learners, can benefit from these interactive activities. And the flexibility of this particular tool is you have one particular content. Say you're going to teach present continuous, or you're going to teach a verb, you're going to teach an adjective. One particular content, you can use that particular content in many different ways. How until or rather the child gets the entire concept clarified or cleared. So we can use n number of methods to inculcate this particular tool. The teachers also can create their own activities and share with students. And you can also give a homework activity to the students to make a particular activity for themselves or for their peers. For remote language teaching, and during pandemic, we all were in a remote language teaching, and this tool provides the extra material that we can apply for the lessons and the lesson plans. Okay.
So you want us to guess the tool, huh?
Yes, you will have the curiosity of the tool till the last, until I start opening it.
Okay.
Now the next one is storytelling. So I should minimize this one. Now you see what a beautiful picture. The child, a person is reading a story and the child is listening. So look at the enjoyment part of this child. So why storytelling is considered as a pedagogy? It really it inculcates the imagination power in the young minds. And it moreover gives you intellectual understanding. They learn, they come to know about new words, they come to know about interesting facts along with the subject. So when I was in my schooling, I used to read Enid Blyton, Famous Five. I did not know what were the ginger biscuits, and I didn't know like many of the stuff which was told when they used to pack for their picnic. I used to go to my mom and say, Mama, see, I have learned all these things. Now you will make all these things. Where my mother did not even know, apart from the normal South Indian cooking, she didn't know what are ginger cookies, or we did not even come across any cookies during that time. So the particular facts, interesting facts, is easily absorbed by the students. And whenever there is a storytelling session using a digital tool, or whenever we say a story to the children, the 4 C's are kindled. So the first C is creativity, the second C is critical thinking, the third C is communication, and the fourth C is collaboration. So that is why CBSE has taken this particular tool as a pedagogical tool. So that is what the last statement I had put it in a separate slide. Digital storytelling constitutes a pedagogical tool for teachers to work on different linguistic skills while generating students' interest and attention, to draw the attention of the students, to create an interest on that particular topic that we are going to teach for the students. These tools are available. So I stopped. This is my slide that I wanted to tell you. Now we are just going into the assignment. So the tool that I wanted to introduce to you is Wordwall. Right? Wordwall. You can see towards you can see to the left-hand side where my hyperlink is there. This is called as a Wordwall. You just have to type Wordwall and you can browse for your own self. There are many activities that you can use. So one activity I had to choose from what ma'am had said. I'm just starting this one. So ma'am, when there was a listening practice and ma'am had said that this is a book or a jug. Can you please tell me like what is the answer for this one? I'm not able to see the screen. Okay, once again.
No, we are only seeing your presentation, Mala.
All right.
Which has got minimized. You are
okay,
not. We are looking at your screen, but it is not like not in the slideshow mode.
All right, ma'am. All right, ma'am. I'm just sharing it. 1 second.
Yeah.
Just give me a second.
Yeah, sure. Take your time.
Okay. Got it. Can you see my screen now, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is the tool that I was talking about. It is called as Wordwall. There are many things. You have maze games. You have these. Normally, while teaching a child with a interactive blackboard or a smart board, you people will not have certain things of drag and drop. So in this particular tool, you play the listening skill thing, and then you try to give exercises in this way. The child, whatever had listened, she has to put that particular word over here. Now,
so
when ma'am had, yes,
ma'am, the child has to drag the book on the word wall.
So now when I drag book, because I one thing I will do it rightly, and then we will see like what is happening. I'm submitting my answer. When I submit my answer, you can find a tick.
Right.
Now the next statement that was told was that is a pen. So the second statement what ma'am had told was that is a pen. So I have given two options. If the child would have listened to that particular thing correctly, it will choose a pen. Suppose if a child would not have listened, okay, pencil should be the right answer. So if she drags and drops a pencil, and once when she is submitting the answer is. So in this way, we can inculcate the listening power of the students using the digital. So there are 3 more sets of.
I have a question, Mala.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So now that you have done this whole thing on Wordwall,
yes, ma'am,
can we as participants, because let us imagine you are the teacher and we all are students.
Yes, ma'am.
So when you put this, will the children be? Can I drag and drop? No, right? It doesn't allow.
No, we can do it, ma'am. I'm just posting it in the chat box. This particular link, you also can play.
Oh, so you have to give the link to the kids.
Yes.
And when you are doing the exercise, after that you give the link. They open the link.
Ma'am, I have sent the link. Will you people try? I have sent the link. If you just click on that, the children also will have to click on the link, and they will also.
Excellent. It says this resource has not been made public. It belongs to log in.
So this is the way you can do it.
Yeah,
so
got it.
So the book is on the table was a third statement that ma'am had said, and let's check whether that is the right answer. Yes. So, and the dash is on the book. So when you listen to what ma'am had played, can you tell me, can any one of you tell me what was the answer? What will be the right answer? Was it the pencil or the pen? Pen, right. So the pen is on the book. So the answer is right.
So they get the pleasure of doing it by themselves and drag and drop and all of that, instead of actually doing it on a even on a sheet of paper or a worksheet. Excellent.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And there are 3 options that which has been given. Ma'am said there are 20 dash and dash in the classroom. So whether it is plates or chairs or tables, we have to check it up. Now let me have a wrong one. I didn't listen to that particular class. So I am writing 20 plates and tables. Now it will show me the right and wrong answer because it was 20 chairs and tables. Now I sit in the first row of my class was a thing which was being spoken. So I have to click on this first, drag it and drop it. So suppose if you feel that this is not the answer, this is the answer, you can drag and drop. If you feel that this is not the answer, you can have choice of your own. So children normally they keep on changing their answers. So you have the answer. So this is one way of teaching the kids by using Wordwall.
Wordwall.
And then you have a leaderboard, and it says that if there are 20 students of yours who are answering, and how many students have got right and how many students have got wrong, those things will be placed on the leaderboard.
No, so I have to type, right? Or it will do it by itself.
No, it will be doing by itself. I have not touched anything. It comes automatically. Who came first, who came second, who came third.
It is back end, it will do.
Yes, ma'am. And if you want to show the answers to the students, which all were right and which all were wrong. So as a teacher, it becomes very easy. All the things are in front of us. So the child had written that is a pen. It had given it as pencil. So that is why that particular statement had gone wrong. So you have a leaderboard, you have
Mala ma'am,
Yes,
sorry, sorry to interrupt in between.
No.
This link, ma'am, could you please explain?
Yes, ma'am. I will surely share it with you. The name of that particular thing is Wordwall. I will, after finishing it, I will tell you how to use this particular tool.
Okay, ma'am.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, I will surely do it. And I will also give my numbers. Give my numbers to you. Like if at all you have any problem anywhere, you can call me and ask me. I'm there to help you out. Fine, ma'am?
Yes, excellent.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. So once again, I have to share my screen for another activity. Once again. Ma'am, can you tell me, can you see my...
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Now I have something, a very interesting one. It is the same tool that I had used. It's Wordwall. Now for English teachers, it is a boon for picture comprehension.
Oh, okay.
So when I click on start, now there is a drag and drop activity over here, with very simple questions. Who got big fish? So look at the picture and just drag this one and just place it on the particular place. Who got small fish? So this is the person who got a small fish.
Right.
Or else this might be a wrong one also, because we have to click over here, who got small fish. And small fish ke liye, there is a small output over here.
Right.
And once again, who got big fish? I think this has to be related.
This also, correct.
And this big fish will be related over here. Now, which one is not done? Who is happy? So who is happy? There is a link over here. You just have to connect that dot with that. So that is also right. Who is sad? So this person is sad. So when you feel that the child completes this activity, submit the answers. The ones that are right will be showing you the right answer. The ones which are, so how much marks they have scored with the music will be there in front of you. Then there is an anagram also. See, one activity, but you have many games to play with. Now the children, they have to match they have to find out where should this W be placed and H be placed. So they get a word. Perfect. Okay. So who got small? So as elders we know, but for them it will take some time. So who got small
fish? So all this is inside Wordwall itself.
Yes, ma'am. One tool with all the activities.
Mm.
So one activity of anagram I have done, so not to waste more time.
Yeah.
The next one is a flip tiles. Now, what is a flip tile?
Mhm.
It's the same picture comprehension with regard to the big fish and
Mm.
the small fish.
Mm.
Who got big fish? So you can tell to those students like what all you want to teach. No, you can also flip this also.
Mm.
If you want to flip, you can also flip. So the teachers, the students will have a curiosity to flip that particular thing and see and read what is written in that particular activity. So next one
So
is
when they flip, it will show what is there in the
yes,
back
ma'am.
side.
Yes, ma'am. The teachers can flip it and hide it. And once when the student wants to, read out, you can ask the students to read out what it is written in a flip tile. And the next one is matching pairs. You can also give the full screen also, and there are certain leaves. Okay, so we have to match the pair. See, these two leaves are similar, so it doesn't mean it will have the same thing. Who got big fish has to be matched with that particular thing. So I click one over here and I click no, it is still not correct. So once again, I have seen this one, so might be this one. So those things which have been selected will
like playing memory.
eliminated. Yes, yes, it gets eliminated. Now one more try with this one. Who is happy? It's a big fish over here. It is somewhere I saw big fish, and once again I so in this way, this activity, and the other one is open the box. Now I told you the picture comprehension is the same. It is the same.
But see, around that itself, there are so many
activities are there. So I'm just blowing the screen. Okay. Now there will be a curiosity. What will be in this box, this box, this box? Just I like number 3, so I'm clicking on it. So it is asking, you can ask a question. Who got big fish? We can give a name to that particular character. Is it Sam or it is Tom? So the children will answer once you open this particular box. So you have certain questions. Who got small fish? So we can frame our own comprehensions and we can do these type of exercises. Now this word wall, I told you, you can do with one activity, many exercises. And in my activity, I believe I have one more thing. I had done this also for some other webinar that I had taken, how to form the words. This normally our English teachers would have given it to us and to our children. One word called as table, and from that table, how many words can you frame? So you can frame table, out of stable, and then you can also frame one more word, able. Stone, tone, one. And in the same way, scare, care, are. Small, mall, all. Strain, train, rain. In this way also you can do a
you
quiz.
have created these exercises, or
I created
go into the word wall, you can
no
make
ma'am, no, this is my activities I have created. I have created. So there is a random wheel also. Now what is a random wheel? While we play this, children will be very happy when they see something happening. So when you spin this, and we can ask the students to tell what that particular word is. So the child will say strain. Suppose you want to, after they tell this word, you want to eliminate it, you can eliminate. So strain will be eliminated. Now
the pronunciation kind of things can be taught by this.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Truly said. So this is one particular thing that I wanted to tell you through Wordwall. And the next one, I would like to ask you, if at all you start reading a book, what all will you people expect from a book? I'm talking this with regard to a storytelling. Suppose we open a book, right? What all will you expect at this 21st digital era? What all can we expect? Can any one of you tell me? What all will you like to have in a book? So not to waste time, so let us go for the next tool. See, this is the next tool that I have. Ma'am, can you see? Is it showing?
Yes.
Now, this is a book creator. Now, all of us can be a book creator using this particular app. Storytelling by Mala Deenadayalu, because I have created, so this is mine. Now, see the feel of a book. When I click on this arrow, I can have my calendar inculcated in my book. This is my book. I can have a video. I can have, the voices. I can ask question. I can ask question through the sounds. I can ask the children to read the words. I can ask them to make a story by looking at this picture. Try and make story by looking at this picture. Then I can play one more video and I can ask questions through this sound recorder. Then I have something in store for you. Now let's see, like, how can we inculcate this particular activity?
Once a hare and tortoise lived in a forest.
So now you can ask this particular, when you use this tool, there is something towards the right hand top corner, read to me. So when I click read to me.
Storytelling by Malajhinad Hyalu.
But the issue here, the only issue here is the accent, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
it's
ma'am.
not, you cannot incorporate your accent.
No, I can, ma'am. I can.
Oh, you can?
We can. We can. That is what I chose this particular activity. Now I'm playing this video for you. Let's view this video. There are 2 videos, but I want you to view only one so that it will be easy.
Join Kids Hat family.
Ma'am, can you people hear?
Yeah.
Join Kids Hat family. What is wrong, Tofu?
I don't want to go to school today. Jim and Jerry took all the tokens I had collected for the charity and submitted it as their own. Now they're going to win the appreciation sticker.
Don't worry about it, Tofu. Sometimes it's okay to let go of things and just hold on to the joy they brought you.
I don't know, Tia. Do you know a nice story to help me believe?
Sure, I'll tell you a story.
Okay, so it goes on like.
Once upon a time, a poor farmer was plowing his field. When he hit something hard, it was a large metal pot.
What's this? A metal pot? I wonder if there is something more valuable underneath.
In the hope that he could find something more valuable, the farmer dug deeper and wider. Tired after hours of searching, the farmer decided to rest. He left his spade in the pot. And lay down under the tree. A while later, when he got up and went back to the pot, he was surprised.
How is this possible? The pot is full of hundreds of spades. I had left only one in it. Looks like this is a magical pot. Let me see what will happen if I put a mango in it.
Yeah.
Join Kids Hat family.
So I'm just taking.
The farmer went home and hid the pot at a safe place. He then went to the market and sold the mangoes. He earned a handsome
So in this way, he started putting certain things and he started getting money out of it. So I'm just playing
sum
it.
for them.
Yeah. So got that point. But
Soon he
my
guessing
question
we
is
should use it
that how
wisely to become.
where do these stories come from? These are already
Ma'am.
there.
No, ma'am, I had taken it from the YouTube.
And you can bring it to this whole thing and
Yes, ma'am. You can bring the video. Well said. You can bring this video. You can play the video. You can stop the sound, and we also can say the story to the students. We also can record the story with our own voice also for our students.
so that's the part I think teachers should know.
Yes,
That
ma'am.
instead of, so when you make a book, you can
Rich.
do
Yes,
you can bring the videos from.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It's a very interesting story, and I'm pausing.
But
pausing it
also
for-
keep it safely hidden.
Yeah.
The king's ears.
So the story is like they are getting richer and richer, and the other neighbors, they're feeling a bit jealous, like how they started getting all these luxury things. Then it goes to the ears of the king, and the king is asking to bring that particular magical pot. So that is the thing which is going to happen, and I'm going to play it from there.
Right. So there is a question, I think, from Leena. Are these?
Ma'am, the questions are here. I have placed the questions over here.
No. Leena has asked, are these tools easily available or do we have to subscribe for them? I think,
No.
Mala, you should talk about that
Yes,
rather than the story part. Tell them how
all
we
right.
get these
Okay,
tools.
fine. So you can watch this video, and now I'll play this one because I have asked. It's my voice where I asked questions.
Okay.
What was the farmer doing?
Okay.
What did he find? Can you tell me what all did he keep in the pot? So I can help you with it. The first one was a spade. The second one was mango. Third one was the grains. Then fruit, vegetables, textiles. So these were the things that he kept in the pot. So we can ask, read to me. So if I press on read to me, it will start reading all these things which are written over here.
Spade. Fruits.
Yeah.
Mango. Vegetables. Grains. Textiles.
So if you do not want to, the reader read to me, you can just stop it, and then you can ask the students, try and make a story by looking at this picture. Right?
Yeah.
And then I have just placed one more video. It is the same type, so I'm skipping this one.
Yeah.
Now this one is like I made it personally. I just wanted to tell you another 2 minutes or 3 minutes will it take. So I'm asking to read for me. So it is going to read.
Once a hare and tortoise lived in a forest. The hare was very proud of his fast speed. He made fun of the tortoise for his slow speed. The tortoise challenged the hare to have a race with him. The hare accepted the challenge. The race started. The monkey was the referee. The hare ran very fast. The tortoise was left far behind. The hare stopped to take rest under a tree. He fell asleep. The tortoise passed him and reached the winning post. Moral of the story: slow and steady wins the race. Butterfly. You've reached the end of the book.
So hope you all enjoyed how to use this one. And now comes the part like where what ma'am had asked me, whether this can be used by anyone. Yes, you can use this particular two tools that I had told you, and I had chosen the free tools for you. You can just give your Google account and you can start doing it. So if you can see my screen, I have one more thing that is I'll tell you towards the last. So the first one is I have to teach you Wordwall. It's a very simple one. You just have to type. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
So I have typed Wordwall over there. Just give a click. Now This is the place where you have to go for creating your own lessons. So click on this
Okay.
and go to this particular home button, and whatever you want to do, you can take this one. Say, for example, I use the missing word for you. So there are already in that particular community, you have n number of things which are there. So you can choose anything from that, or you can also make one of your own. So you can create activity by clicking create activity, and then you can use a quiz or open a box. You can click, because I have used
so many are
6.
there.
Yes,
Many are
so many are there. And I have already used a free version. There is only 5 resources that you can use.
Oh, okay.
Free version. So that is enough. We can always change that particular resource.
Yeah.
So one is Wordwall, I have told you, and the next one is book creator. So just type book creator, and the first one that you see is the book creator. Just click on that. So this is what I was talking to you about, how you are going to you have to
create a free account first.
Yeah. First of all, create a free account, or you can go to Google and create your account, create a free account, and then you can enjoy all the things. It's not at all difficult. Wherever you have a difficulty level, or you're not able to do certain things, of course, I'm there. You can always ping me. I'm giving my number also to you towards the last. And in this way, you and your children can use the resources in a very effective way to teach your children.
Great.
And then there is a today all those who have attended, you people are lucky enough to know not only 2 tools, there is one thing which is called as Wiser Me. From here, you can take all these already done exercises. Now you can ask, you dash to school every day. So which verb will you try to do this? In a pen and a paper method, we will have to write, or children will find it a bit lethargic to do it.
What is it called? Can you repeat?
Wiser.me. Wiser.
Okay.
The app is called as Wiser. WIZER. And you just have to click on walk. So you have to click on the right ones, and then you will have to submit to see whether you have done it in the right way or not. So dad washes the car every week. Can anyone tell me what is the answer for the third one? They don't
go shopping every day.
And what will be the fourth one? Active participants. Another 2 minutes.
Alex goes to the park with.
Very good. Next one, Carla.
Carla doesn't dance.
Yeah, there is an extra dance over here, so that's okay. The baby cries.
The baby cries.
Yeah. The birds dash in the sky.
The birds fly.
My dog dash in the house.
My dog
doesn't sleep in the house.
Okay, the next one. Doesn't sleep. It's very small.
Oh, okay, sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay, got it, Mala.
All right, ma'am. So we have done with this. And you can also go over here, and you can also do this particular exercise. Walks, if you click, what will be there? Whether it is he, she, it, or he walks, she walks. Which one you have to choose. When you click on that, it will come, that particular word will come and rest over here. So this is also one activity that I wanted to share with you. So that's all I have for you today. So if you would have enjoyed, I'm just passing on a Google form to you. So write your views, and ma'am also will do the certification part for you after you fill up the Google Forms. So I have to be very thankful to ma'am, because she has used no watermark certificates. Actually, that is chargeable, but she was so kind enough to give this particular thing to you. And then from the next webinars, I believe she will accept the money for that, because she is paying the amount for that. So this time it is free for you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. One second. I'm just stop sharing my screen, and I'm sharing the this one, Google form to you.
Yeah. On the chat you're sharing?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, great. So first you share the Google feedback form.
Yes, ma'am.
Then I will put the.
So I want, we people want your, good feedbacks. If you had really enjoyed,